Yo, driven to chunk. This is going to be a video for Project Diablo 2 Season 11 Hardcore. We're going to be doing a build showcase, map demo, maybe even Ubers. I'm not sure. We'll see. For our build that I've been wanting to get out for a while, and I almost kind of gave up on this build, but we got it working. And the build we're talking about is a build called Holy Bear. What is Holy Bear? It is a bear form paladin, obviously, so we're using beasts to get bear form, but we're using Bone Slayer, as well as Principle for the Holy Bolt procs. And originally I was only using this, and I was trying to use like a Innocence for more procs, and really just that 20% wasn't really doing it. Then there was someone I want to give a shout out to. What was their name? They came up with a pretty cool build called Firework Barb, or Double Throw Barb. Go look at their video. I'll put a link. It is interesting. It's like LCS4962 or something like that, but you'll see it on the page. Go give him a follow, because that build that he made is kind of like what I love about this mod, is that there's just so many more like ways that you can really make a build, more so than the standard clear cut ways, and it actually works. And I got to give him props and a shout out, because like I said, I was giving up on this build, just trying to use Bone Slayer, and I looked at his build and I was like, how is he getting so many Holy Bolt procs? That's what I want for my bear build. How's he doing it? And well, he's using Principle on the barb, because Principle has 75% chance. That's right, 75% chance to catch a level 25 Holy Bolt on striking. I totally forgot about this armor. Like I said, I was using an Innocence, trying to get more procs, and that wasn't really going in, and I was just going to throw this build away, because I would love to see this at like 30 or 40%. I think it would be really cool for the level 30. And yeah, before I get into the stats and skills and stuff like that, I'll just kind of talk more about the genesis of the build, but I'll run through a River of Flames and stuff like that. I won't even blow up, actually. I'll just do this, so you guys can see what I like to do with this build. So the genesis of this thing is, well, one, not teleport, is, I love proc builds, and I love double damage types to negate, certain immunities. So yeah, I think we're at whatever, 4-frame attacks, maybe a little less. I don't know much about werebears, because I never play them. A werebear paladin is definitely not a new thing. I know that some people, I don't know if it's Sven or there's somebody else that did like a flame bellow version of this, and you can do a lot of different versions of werebear paladin things, mostly elemental. But this was just, I slammed 6 sockets in the Bone Slayer, and I was like, I got kind of curious. I'm like, that weapon is not that great. But to do the procs for Holy Bolt, and the fact that you can add synergies as a paladin to Holy Bolts, made me kind of, consider, can I make something work with this? But yeah, I mean, we all know that werebear is slow for sure. So when the maps we do, we're going to do fortified. And there's definitely not a lot of maps that I like doing. It's definitely mostly single target. And you definitely do, like I said, fortified maps. But being able to switch between vigor, like you see me do here, just to speed things up, definitely helps. Oh, see, that guy's immune to physical. Doesn't matter. I don't even think he was had amp on him. And there's still some gear variety things that you can change and mess around with this build. We don't have any mana leech, but we don't really need it. We do not need it. And again, I'm not even bowed up or anything. And yes, I know I'm not using Maul. I know there's definitely people like, you're not using Maul, you're not using Maul. I have my own reasons for not using Maul. It just feels annoying and tedious. Like, I don't mind, what is this, hunger? What is this? Yeah, hunger. for the increased speed and life steal. I'm all about that. And Maul definitely gives you a big damage boost, but the cooldown for Maul is just atrocious. It's so bad. And it just really slows me down. And having to swap back constantly all the time, I'm just lazy. So if you wanted to make this build better or play it more efficiently, you would hunger and maul and not let that fall off and all that stuff. So single target is where this build really shines when you get those procs for the Holy Bolt going. And of course, we're not getting them, but there they go. Sometimes it just goes nuts, man. Oh, there we go. Ooh, colossal sword. Thank you, Diablo. Chain lightning. Let's see what we got here. Odium. Not a good odium. I'm not doing that. What's going on? It's a zombie head. Faster cast rate. Wow, terrible. And nothing else I care about. So, let's go ahead and get into the gear. So, as I mentioned, we are using Bone Slayer Blade. This had max ED on it, and we did slam 6 sockets. It's got the bonus to attack rating. I think it comes with like 40 attack speed on it. The damage to undead is nice, as well as the attack rating to undead. Zeal doesn't mean anything. So this weapon, gets outclassed by so many other two-handed axes and stuff like that, or just two-handed weapons in general. But to kind of make use of it, that Holy Bolt, is level 30 Holy Bolt's no joke, especially when we have all the synergies like we do since we're a paladin. So Bone Slayer is a must-have item. The chest, of course, as I've mentioned, the Principal. I totally forgot about this armor until I saw that guy's video, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, 75% chance, level 25 Holy Bolt, that's what I needed, and it definitely helps. And if you don't think those Holy Bolts are doing anything, they definitely are. I did the calculation. I think it's like 2,000 or a little bit more than 2,000 damage per Holy Bolt. So there's 3 of them. So yeah, over 6,000 damage, magic damage. Mind you. So they do some work, especially when they start. As you saw the Diablo's life, it wasn't really going down, and then those Holy Bolts would hit boom, 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 boom. And so if you can get those to proc even more, it's awesome. It's great. Moving on, Crown of Ages. I have some wasted stuff in here because I have IAS jewels in the helm because I just threw this on here. I could put ED jewels in there because the werebearer attack speed is only determined by your attack speed on your weapon is what I've read, and that seems to be the consensus. I've tested it, and yeah, seems like it doesn't matter if you have IAS anywhere else on your gear. All that matters is what's on your weapon. So that's why all the werebearers want those crazy two-handers with high IAS and as much as possible. So very cool. High Lord's Wrath. This is the only non-self-found item that I've had. And this was just, I bought it to replace one that bricked when I desecrated it, but just 2 to max all res. You could definitely put Atmas on here, and Atmas does feel nice with the increased attack speed, or not the increased attack rating, and of course the amp that when you hit, which does help. But our Mercs during that, so it's a toss-up. There's a lot of things you can change around here. The thing I like about this is the +1 to all skills for when we bow up, and then of course the deadly strike. That is really, and then yeah, the slam that we have on there. But we have a lot of options for this one. You could use a good Saracens too, and things like that. And yeah, not bad. For boots, you can have a lot of options. I was using Gore Riders for a while, but I did switch over to these Merman Sprockets that have 20 reduced curse duration on it. Pretty nice. And yeah, just that 60% faster run walk, because we all know that just mapping with Werebear is slow. Even if I have Vigor on, it's just slow. But yeah, these help. And yeah, you can just swap them out for whatever you need, more damage, more deadly strike, more crushing blow, whatever. So moving on for the belts, this was our awesome slam that we had from those highlight videos. Thank you. Shout out to anybody who checked that video out, liked it, and commented. I appreciate it. And yeah, this is awesome. I'm always stoked when we get a slam, something that gets max all res, especially on a good belt, especially that has, 14% PDR. Not bad. You could switch this out for, which Nosferatu's Coil if you wanted. Again, the attack speed's not really going to do anything, but it does have some deadly strike. This thing just has so much good survivability, though. FHR, Vitality, Replenish Life, it's hard to beat. Hard to beat. And the gloves, you can switch these out. I'm kind of torn between, right now, Steel Rend and soul drainers. You know, I kind of like soul drainers more for fortified maps, and I kind of like steel rend for non-fortified maps. Yeah, you don't have to run fortified maps with this build. The Holy Bolts does add some AoE to it, so it's pretty nice. Mostly I do run fortified maps, though. That's probably what we'll be running for this one. But yeah, pretty good. For rings, nothing special, just 2 half freeze duration rings with lifesteal. We don't need mana because we are just normal attacking. That's it. So we have some PDR slammed rings, which are kind of nice. This has life after each kill, as well as some all res, replenish life, and a little bit of MF. They're almost kind of identical in some fashion. Pretty nice. On swap, of course, we have the beast when we need to use hunger. And again, I just don't use maul because you have like a 16-second cooldown on that thing, or a 16-second timer. And it's just, I just have to keep swapping back and forth too much. I think I did the math, and it's like, for like doing a 10-minute map or like 12-minute map or something like that, I swap it like 45 times to do the hunger, and then on top, or to do the mauling. For how long? It doesn't feel smooth, and I am missing out on damage and whatever. You guys can, you know, the maul lovers, you know, this guy's a noob. Hey, you know, play this thing the way you want. I like just doing it the way where I just do hunger for the attack speed, and you know, it feels fine. It is what it is. I'm not trying to set the world on fire with this build, but just trying to have fun with it. But yeah, beast, and then just a lidless wall. That's about it. Nothing special on that. And then here's our CTA that we have for some battle orders. This does get clunky, you know, if you, like I said, we're doing like 12, 13-minute maps. You know, I have to bow up twice. I gotta, you know, swap, you know, boom, boom, swap back, blah, blah, blah. It's just kind of a thing. So not an efficient build, but a fun build, you know. As for charms, except for Annihilus, you know, Paladin charm, we finally got both of these. And then it's just resistances and life and faster hit recovery. I do like to just always have that 86 breakpoint for FHR. But yeah, if you want to not do that, you can swap out the FHR charms in there for, or get your reses other places, maybe on your rings or, you know, different amulets or boots or something like that. Try res boots. You can do different things. Looking at the spreadsheet, our reses are looking pretty good. Pretty good. I guess that's what the other swap. This is what we're looking like. We have our werebear. Poison damage is kind of whatever. You're healing so much, you kind of negate it. But you do have to, you know, pay attention to it a little bit. Like if I'm going to do Lilith, I'm probably going to swap just some Sandstorm Treks on here, and I'll be fine. Curse duration, we are at 30% because of our reduction. If we go to with the Defiance, I think we're at 42%. Yeah, we got 42% damage reduction, so that's no joke. That's pretty nice. That keeps us very safe. Still going through. We have our hit recovery at 90. Faster run walk 75. The only one that matters is we're at 155 for our IAS on our weapon. And then we got 25 crush and blow. We got thought we had, well, I guess that's right, I had gore riders. So we had like 40 we had like 44 deadly strike with gore riders, but so it depends on what you want to use with it. But you know, we got a little crushing blow, a little deadly strike. It helps. We're attacking a lot, and just a little life leech to keep us going. We actually got a little magic find. So not too bad. Let's go over our Merc's gear. He just, of course, has a Templar's Might, a Vamp Gaze, just with IAS, and so for PDR, more PDR just to keep him alive. He has some laying of hands. I could probably swap those out with that 200% damage to demons. And of course, Reaper's Toll. I got so screwed on that puzzle box with this thing. I had this Reaper's Toll since Nightmare. This was my first Reaper's Toll that I got that dropped in like Nightmare or something. And was it Nightmare? Maybe no, it was Hell and Dariel. I think it was Hell and Dariel dropped this. So I was really bummed that Larzik did not show up for this at all. So bummer, but yeah, standard, you know, tri-res boots. These are actually really nice boots. I would be wearing these boots too if I wasn't doing my other thing, but pretty. These are actually really good Rathma boots. Interesting. I forgot I had them on these guys. Not bad. So anyway, let us go over the skills now. So because we're just normal attacking and not using Zeal, the only thing that we're putting points into is I was gonna say, I'm like, I didn't put any points into zeal. I'm like, oh, that's right, my weapon is giving me points into zeal. I was like, oh no, did I mess this build up? No points into holy bolts except for the one to get the tree going. Max out holy light, max out fist of heavens, and max out holy nova. I don't like that you have to unlock this tree to get holy nova. It feels a little weird. I would even rather unlock this one to get holy nova, but it is what it is. I mean, whatever. But anyway, max out the synergies of holy bolt, max out fanaticism, and then the rest are just kind of whatever you want to do. I'm putting points into vigor, so when we switch, you know, we're a little more zoomy. And then for lightning res and everything like that, we are pretty fat overcapped. You know, this is with our bear form. This is what would be. Here, I'll just do this. There's our bear form. So we're pretty overcapped. You know, that's kind of what's nice about the paladin. He's just he's a chunk, dude. He's a very, very big chunky boy. And yeah, let's maybe go do some maps. I'll probably just do a throne room fortified, even though I don't like doing throne room with this guy, just because it's not the best map. I know it's like the standard for things, but it's gonna be fortified, so it should be pretty fine. So anyway, let's get into the maps. Okay, here's the map we're gonna do. Kind of middle of the road. I don't like doing maps with the minions of destruction, not because they're like, I mean, they are dangerous, but it doesn't feel good when things can stun you with this build. Stun is kind of a weird thing. Level 1 or tier 1 maps, tier 2 maps, I don't worry about that, but like the minions of destruction stun you pretty hard, and it can just feel really weird. You just notice your life just drops by half. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, I'm stunned, but I've been attacking, or whatever the stun mechanic is. It doesn't feel good with this bear. And also, I did switch out those IAS jewels that I had in there. I just had some basic. I had 225 ED gems with some random. They were like rare ones. This one has like magic damage demons and had some poison res. Just whatever, just to make use of these slots, since I don't need the attack speed. So without further ado, let's get into the map. Oh my god, I do that every time. So this is fortified. And we all know that the werebear is not a fast mapper. He's just not. But you do try to choose maps where you know, he's not as hard of a time doing things. You know, things that have corridors. You know, so like tier 1 maps like you know, Horizons, really, really good. Ancestral Trials, really, really good. And there is argument. I'm constantly going back and forth trying to decide if I should do Atmos Scarab or High Lords. So I like to kind of run in, trying to stir the pot a little bit, get them to come into me, and at least save some time. I just swap weapons to do my vigor. You know, I got a shield on that class too, so if I any incoming damage, you know, hopefully gets blocked or things like that. Stir the pot. Everyone get in here. When you do get amped, you know, you got to be careful with archers at least. But, you know, it falls off so fast, you just don't have to really worry about things for too long. Come on. That's a lot of archers. Oh, I gotta save my dude. Like multi-shot on these guys. Oh, got a little Dota game going on there, a little back and forth. What are you doing? Trying to hit me with that range stuff. We don't do range around here. I mean, sometimes we do. So, yeah. Is this build going to set the world on fire for mapping speed-wise? Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that. Oops. I am not the best Werebear player at all. But like I said, maybe the next map we do, I'll just do a tier 1 that's not fortified. So you can see that, you know, you don't have to do fortified maps. Come on, everybody. Come out. See, run around, try to get them out. Get them moving. Like I said, sometimes you just see your health just drop in half. Try not to loot too much. Nothing there. But, you know, fortified maps, even though the things do more damage, are safer for a build like this. Believe it or not. See, we killed all those archers without even touching them. Those are all just holy bolts. That's why I say you can definitely do non-fortified maps. Come on. No, they're not hidden. Sorry, you'll see me have to alt to see items on the ground because my current loot filter doesn't have a notification for demonic insignia. I need to find a video for somebody to explain how to build your own loot filter for this game. I never tried, but I would like to experiment with it. So if anyone has any recommendations of names of channels with videos that I should check out to help me with that, let me know. Ooh, that was spicy. That was spicy. See, I just don't like running. I don't like running. Whatchamacallit, Throne Rooms of Sandy with this build. It's just, they're just more fun maps. You know, why stress yourself out? Why stress yourself out? Oopsie. That was spicy. That's some pretty good density. Another reason I don't like this map, and honestly kind of like red maps in general, is the life bar. I miss when it drops as much as opposed to like a map like Ancestral Trials or whatever, where you know, it's all white so you can see what you need. It's just a little clearer. But I know people want to do like Throne's Room. See, as soon as those holy bolts blast out, it's game on, man. But fortunately, with the 42 DR that we got, it helps. Pick up a couple of these. And you know, it might be better to have Atlas Scarab to just get more attack rating, so we're not missing so much. This guy, where is he? There we go. Single target, baby. Yeah, you know, we might try to do some whatchamacallit, some Ubers with this. Something tells me I might be able to do it. Oh shit. I forgot. I gotta go to this. Beep. Oh, give me 3. That's how nice of it. Can demonic insignias only drop, or not demonic insignias, demonic cubes, can they only drop from demons? See, we're killing stuff in the back line that we're not even touching, so. Yeah, see, those guys are already half health, so. You know. Holy Bolt is doing something. It's not just for flash. And yeah, go check out, you know, LCS's video. That firework double throw thing is awesome. And just, you know, the reason why this mod's great. Can't see. Some of these corner things are kind of annoying. Come on. Come on. So we are approaching the 10-minute mark for sure. I'm going to bow up. Oopsie. But yeah, we all know that Werebear just isn't the fastest. Never has been, never will be. Okay, where's homeboy? I like fighting him outside of his little room. Last thing I want to do is get hit with a conviction. All right, let's see if we can just stand on him. There it goes. That's what we're looking for. Right there, baby. Oh, I thought there was 2 bosses for a second. I was like, You guys don't mind if I grab this shit there, do you? I didn't think so. This is casting. Casting. No thanks. There's a couple ways you could build this out too. You know, you could definitely do a Act 4 Merc that has, you know, Sanctuary Aura and all that good stuff. Forgot the rooms on the side. I see you hiding back there, Flesh Archer. You could do Act 1 Merc with Vigor and what, a mist, put a mist on it for concentration or something like that. I could give my guy a pride. And that's why I probably would do if I did Atmos Scarab. Probably do Atmos Scarab and give him a pride, but I don't have a Sur rune. At least not yet. See how this map goes. So again, you see why I don't like spend time investing into Maul, even though our attack damage, which I guess I didn't show that. This mod is just so amazing. Good luck trying to get this build to work on goddamn D2R, man. I just don't like letting myself be surrounded by archers. Come on, guys. But the paladin just has like so many useful things that helps where be better. It's got fanaticism that you can max out. It's got the resist alls that you can max out. It's got vigor you can use just to speed things up. It's just a really good synergy with sorry, I'm just trying to pay attention to these archers here. With werebear, with paladin and werebear. So I see why people do like elemental versions of this build, like I mentioned before. Flame Bellow, Holy Shock, I think are probably the most popular. Oh, not that. But that's what we like here. I like weird builds, you know. I like weird builds that are viable. Really missing those demons. Ow. Sorry, poppables. Oh, I didn't even see you little archers there. Are we going to do it within 15 minutes? Be a little bit over 15 minutes, probably. Let's see. We don't like conviction. Our reses are not that great. But our lifesteal is crazy, though. Yeah, I would really like them. I think this weapon would be a lot better if they just boosted it up to like 40%. Or, you know, heck, give it the 75%, dude. Like, give it 75 and just let this thing fucking fly. You know, I think it'd be so cool. Almost done. So that is fortified throne rooms with not the most dangerous mods on it, but again, I don't like doing throne rooms with this build. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's not it. Yeah. Let's go ahead and slam this. Brickage later. Anyway, and I don't know if you noticed, I used soul drainers on that one because it was fortified. So let's go do a non-fortified map with just the whatchamacallit, the steel rents, and I'll probably just do like a horizons or something simple. Okay, let's go ahead and try a non-fortified map, just a tier 1. Like I said, I don't like doing throne rooms. I'm trying to think of a tier 3 that I don't mind doing with this build. Trying to think. You know, cows, I guess. I don't really mind, but this isn't really a tier 3. This is just kind of just a goof build. But it'll be interesting. I am going to try to do mini Ubers, and if that goes well, maybe we'll do an Uber-Trist. But anyway, let's just do one of these for now. One of these for now. We should go into bear form. Take an experience shrine. Yeah, and I will consider possibly doing Atmos Scarab instead, just for the increased AR. See, no, no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, see, I am not the best at my own builds either. I did not mean to do that. There we go. Now we're moving a little bit better. See, you don't need to do fortified maps. Especially tier 1. Just go right on in. But yeah, it's nice not having to worry about leech or mana leech at least. There's so many swords, Jesus Christ. See the stun. See, these guys stun you. Glad I did this map, because yeah, I forgot that they have the whatchamacallit guys, but the stun kind of messes you up. And if I was to try to make like a full like Uber's bear paladin build, I would not be using this weapon. But we'll try. We'll see what we can get. I would not want to do a non-fortified, whatchamacallit, throne room. It's just too many archers coming in, and yeah, wouldn't be my first choice that way. I don't know, maybe Rune Cistern wouldn't be that bad. But again, there are Lancers on that one too, so hard to say. Again, when you see those when you see those holy bolts going, you're pretty brutal. Or I don't know why I checked that one out. Sorry. Get back to it. Get that. I think I might just clear half this map. Because then you guys can extrapolate the time. What would be for a full clear, but just so you guys can see the gist of what this thing is really about. And then we'll go try to do the mini Ubers. But yeah, lots of variations for gear for this build. And then yeah, if you wanted to just make a bossing werebear paladin, you wouldn't need to do any of the holy bolt stuff, and you could have crazy resistances. Put way more into max reses for lightning and cold, like a lot of options for the old werebear paladin. And I know people have done, like I said, elemental one, so that's nothing new. I just think this one is a little different with that holy bolt synergy, which I like. And I will be making another video for my quote-unquote summon barb that I have. It's a little different than some of the other ones that you've seen, maybe using an eternity or something like that, which I think PD Towels has a dungeon, a solo dungeon build that uses eternity, which was pretty cool and stuff like that. Mine's something different, kind of goofy, but it works. It actually works. Does okay. That video will come out maybe a day or two after this one is uploaded. Those stupid fucking Sasquatch dude, so they don't stun me. So yeah, still about 12 minutes or something like for a tier one. That was like probably 6 minutes for just half. So we'll do the other half. So I'm not going to show this one. I'm going to go clear it, but then we'll try to go do some mini Ubers, have a bunch of keys. Yeah, that goes. Okay, now for the Ubers test. And I haven't done any Ubers with this build, so I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I think it'll be based on our stats and things like that. I think it'll be all good. For the Lilith, I'm just going to slap on this. I guess I don't really even need it. Poison res is pretty good. I forgot to put that jewel in there. Probably don't even need it. But anyway, I'm going to be using Gore Riders instead, just with more max fire res, and I'll probably switch some things around. I don't think I'm going to need to worry about lightning res or anything like that, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, maybe I'll swap on put on a wisp projector that I have, and then maybe a Raven Frost or something if I'm really worried about it. But yeah, we'll see. Let's go ahead and see how these go. Did I switch anything else out? I think I did. I don't think I did. So Forgotten Sands. Let's blow up. Definitely. Am I walking? There we go. Why are we walking, homie? We're already slow enough. There he is. I mean, I've definitely played slower builds, and I think this is slower than my Zealer. Or when he was a Zealer, I should say. That goes. There, that one goes. Patron's Den. Bunch of people in there. Come out, please. There. There she is. Attacking my Merc, not me. That works. There that goes. Furnace of Pain. Ooh, we get an attack thing. Why can't I eat his remains? Why can't I eat any of these guys' remains? I think they froze. Hey, there's big boy. Don't be casting shit on me. I mean, I don't think a Holy Bull can cast it that fast. You know what I mean? What's our ring? Carry on one. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, slam it. MF. Okay, that's good. We don't need a key anymore, right? No, that's right. Cool. Oh, I didn't even put those back on for him. More max fire res. Let me think about this, about if I'm going to switch some things around and get like a Raven Frost or something. Yeah, maybe we'll just keep it how it is. You know, might as well just see how it goes. You know. Okay, so I did switch to have more max light res. So hopefully it all works out. But I think we'll be okay. Let's give it a go. Switch back. Let's see what we got. Who's gonna follow me? Who's gonna follow me? How far are you guys? Diablo? No, they're all bunched up. Wait, why is that guy? I can't eat them? Follow me over here, Diablo. I'll feel safe to fight you over here. Super far away. Come on, where's those Holy Bolt procs? Where'd we go? Okay. Oh, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Come on, curse resistance, fall off. Come on. There it goes. Okay, then. I can't eat any of these guys? What's going on? I guess they are undead, but still. Give me a second, please. I'm recording. Owie. He's being a jerk. Oh, I should have probably rejuved. Well, good to know this is working out splendidly. Dude, I can't eat any of these guys? What's going on? That's definitely not him. Where is he? Come on. Bale, you're usually not this annoying. Get out of here, Bale. That's how we do. Easy peasy. So, yeah, this build, I mean, that was the first time I did Uber-Trist with this build, so worked out pretty all right. There's definitely some things that I want to change. Before I get into that, I'll just have a little section at the end about, changes that I would like to make. So go ahead and see what any of this is, or Hellfire Torch. To the Barb. Nah, pretty mid. Pretty mid roll. Pretty mid roll. So, yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised that it did pretty good for Ubers. I mean, that's probably even better than like my Charge Paladin or something like that. So anyway, things I would change. I would try to get some better AR rings. Our attack rating is pretty meh. It's not, it could be definitely be a lot better, and just adding some AR on stuff would really help that out. But I mean, honestly, it performed fine. I could do that all day long, all day long. So anyway, if you guys stuck around, check out the video, appreciate it. Drop a like, subscribe. There's going to be some another couple build videos coming. We're going to do the Summon Barb, and then I'll show you my version of the Tooth Necro, of how I like to build it out. And yeah, if there's any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. I'll answer them to the best of my knowledge, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.